Standing tall and serenely upon a hill, overlooking a vast and welcoming compound, St. Joseph Church in Bukit Timah has been home and a beacon of faith for many generations of Catholics over the last 175 years.
The first parish, the cathedral, was catered to the city, and they realized that as the country developed, there were a lot of coolies who actually went into the inner parts of Singapore in the west. And so the church wanted to reach out to these people also, and so they started this second parish.
Led by faith and zeal to serve the Chinese people, Father Anatole Maudry, a young French missionary, risked safety and comfort living in poverty, built a chapel out of atap along the banks of Kranji River in 1846 and dedicated it to St. Joseph. The church subsequently moved to Bukit Timah, where it still stands. The community grew, and many came to know Christ through the patronage of St. Joseph. Harsh living conditions and constant threats of tigers and secret society gangs in the plantations were the struggles of the early community. Over the years, stories of beautiful encounters with St. Joseph during that time are still told through generations today.
There's this legend, and I tell the story to my children. A man was walking through the jungle in this area where there was this old small church. As he was walking through, he encountered a tiger. Being alone and unarmed, he had no idea what to do. A man came to his rescue with a long staff, and he helped defend this man and escorted this man home. He was wandering around and he came across the church, and when he entered, he saw the statue of St. Joseph, and it was then he realized that that was the man who had helped him. That story holds a lot of meaning in my life, because when you need the help and when you need that blessing and when you need that guidance, St. Joseph has always been there.
Even during the Japanese occupation, the patronage of St. Joseph over the church still managed to touch the hearts of the Japanese.
During the Second World War, the Japanese occupied this church compound, and there was air raid, and they dropped one bomb right in front of where they stayed. But it was not exploded. The Japanese officers were so grateful when they retreated from this place. They lined themselves in front of St. Joseph's statue, they bowed to St. Joseph, and they moved out.
After the war, the church underwent a major renovation under Father Joachim Teng and flourished as a place of pilgrimage and devotion to St. Joseph.
In the past, the train, as a tradition, especially for this feast day celebration, they will make a stop and alight the passengers.
All over our Singapore will come for this feast, even those people who had not known St. Joseph. And those who used to stay here for many generations also do come back with their children and grandchildren to celebrate also.
This parish is very much like a village. The gates are always open. We are living like a big family. Our church workers also are staying inside the compound 24 hours. And in the compound, there's so much greenery.
Now we have the Rosy Garden, Station of the Cross, we have a grotto, we have Resurrection of Jesus.
And there are many quiet corners. One can take a book and spend 1-2 hours.
With St. Joseph as a guide, many have walked the footsteps of Christ, serving the church and community with humility and dedication. One such servant was the late Joseph Anthony, a sacristan who devoted his life to serving the church and her people.
Anthony first think about church. Anytime people call for funeral, we will attend the call. He will do extra a lot.
The consistency to always be there to serve. Even as he was going through cancer, he was still there.
Looking at him was a reflection of who St. Joseph was.
All the boys, after he passed away, they said, Auntie Mary, don't worry, because of Anthony, I will do all this for you.
Like knowing that we needed that support, they all came forward. And that community, it's something that you wouldn't get anywhere.
And this is where you see that the wonders of St. Joseph have touched many lives of people. As we celebrating the 175 years of this parish of St. Joseph, continue to strive to keep our faith strong, to allow St. Joseph to touch our life.
We have to recognize that this is a church with much history and is a church which has been built upon the sweat and blood of many who have gone before us.
Our hearts need to go deeper. We need to wonder. I think we need to dream as well. We can't take the church for granted.
We need energized, convicted young people who really recognize the treasure that they have been handed down with. Come and fall in love with God in His church.
We are all in the pilgrimage journey, and we want to strive to go to the promised land, and we pray for St. Joseph to touch the life of us all.
As one family and one church, let us continue to be a community of love and keep this light of faith burning bright.